So for me, change is something that is going to happen gradually, but no matter how or what form it comes, it's always going to be you changing and not changing for people.
People do feel guilty about change. I feel guilty about change. I know a lot of people feel guilty about change. And also, I've been on the end where I blame people for changing.
There are times people that are even close to us, they tend to like throw tantrums because they believe that when you are changing, oh, you don't love me anymore, you don't care about me.
True.
Hello, ladies. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Oh.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
It's nice having all of us in the same room again.
Again. Oh.
Okay, for the second time, right?
Yeah.
I know it's going to be impactful.
Yeah, like
Because the first one was really impactful. I know we all learned a lot from it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of things was discussed, and all of us learned a lot. We shared a lot that people also learned from, and I hope this one will be better.
Yeah.
Definitely.
be more better. Trust me.
Okay, so there you look so good. Your skin is like just glowing. Can you please tell us
It's the love of the Lord, the favor of the Lord, you know?
Okay.
Are we talking about love?
Praise.
Lovetta here.
What do you
No, I'm
want?
not gonna say anything. I'm just saying you two are glowing. You're glowing.
Okay, no problem. I wasn't going to hold you for something. You didn't say that.
But guys, we are talking about Lovetta. I was just thinking, how was your
No, like seriously, I was hit by a car. It's not like that. Somebody, no, you don't say that.
Because I just saw a picture of Lovetta on Valentine's Day after Valentine's Day
Exactly.
with a swelling eyes.
That's so sensitive, guys.
We're not calling names. We're not calling names. We saw you after Valentine's. You called me. Remember, you called me. Oh, Juliana, I have plans on Valentine. I'm gonna be.
I told you about the plan.
And you never called me with one eye. One eye is blue.
Okay.
You,
Oh, so now I
we were told you had an accident and your eye is swelled.
So now this one
So,
is,
Mrs.
is,
Sarah, how are
is,
you
is the
doing?
first one on me, and I don't know how to compete against
Yeah,
this one.
So me, I was just thinking, this is suspicious. Valentine's Day and a swelling eyes, a car accident. But you have an accident in your eyes.
swollen and you didn't have
So you actually think that somebody beat me?
No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that. Indirectly, we are not
You win
saying
this
that.
one, you win. But actually, my Valentine was nice.
Because it was the ending part that it. Oh, that is not
That
end well.
was nice.
It's not end well.
Tell us why was it nice, please?
My fiance give me a bouquet. And again,
Nice.
and a parcel, an amper, and all of that. We go out on a date at a restaurant.
Someone has a nice
Someone has a nice Valentine.
For me, I was just sleeping.
I'm like, oh, so
you're
you're
so
just
boring.
sleeping.
So for you guys,
It's fine. I know next year.
No, for me, my Valentine was not like that.
Next year will be better.
I went to Chapter One for it's more like Mingle Single. There's a new website here in Sierra Leone that is made for single people.
Wow.
So should the case you not pen party, they go there, you go pen party.
I saw that.
I went there for their launching. Oh, and it was nice.
Did you
I even
meet
see
someone?
Navo, not so the one going Navo, or two of the Navos.
Wow.
So we have
the Navos, which
we have Alfred Navo, we have Junior Navo.
oh,
Yeah,
The Navo,
the Navos.
the Navo together.
And single mingle.
hey, did you meet someone?
Not really. I didn't meet anybody because the parcels were too much, and indirectly I didn't want to, But I'll use all that for later.
That's a nice.
Probably have to
thing.
discuss on that.
Yes, after here I'll just
Okay. Enough of the Valentine.
This guy don't have Valentine gifts. Nothing.
I do not have Valentine.
So sad. So sad.
Yes, well, next year will be better.
Yeah.
Definitely, next year will be better.
She's just faking it. Let's go.
So now we are going to talk about change. As we all know, change is, they say it's inevitable. It's something that we all go through But sometimes it's not the easiest for people that are very close to us. Like we may see it as something that is life. It's something that is like, I don't want to use life changing because it's change, but it's something that will make us better.
Yeah.
Like change, mold us into something great. But sometimes, people, when they are used to patterns, when they are used to ways, they don't want to go away from that. And it takes a toll on people that we are really, really close to. And it's not the easiest phase.
Yeah.
So today I want us to discuss that. We are going to focus on how does change affect people that are close to us? How does it affect us that is changing? Like, sometimes we tend to feel guilty. Like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. But like I said, it's something that we all have to go through to become better.
Yeah.
So I'll start with Juliana actually. So what's your thoughts on change?
For me, change is like a life thing because as time goes on, you change. At the age of 10, 15 years, all I wanted to do was I had like so many careers. I had so many things I wanted to be. At that time, I wanted to be a flight attendant. I wanted to be a lawyer. It's reached a time I wanted to be a professional journalist. As time goes on, I changed careers. My mindset about things started changing. My mindset about people started changing. The way I view things started changing. And most importantly, at my age right now, I'm not prioritizing anybody's thoughts. I'm prioritizing mine. I'm not prioritizing, satisfying people. I'm prioritizing satisfying myself. Because at the end of the day, if I am always looking into someone, I'm going to lose myself in the process. So for me, change is something that is going to happen gradually. Probably it might come quietly, some might come loud, but no matter how or what form it comes, it's always going to be you changing and not changing for people.
Actually,
Gonna embrace it.
Yeah.
so that's
Gonna
like the
embrace it.
whole thing. It's about you. It's about you becoming better. It's about you becoming great. It's not about any other person. It doesn't have to be about any other person. Like I said,
Yeah.
if it's your decision, it's something that it's like I've decided on changing. I've decided on becoming someone better. Then you are going to do it. It's not a decision that people make for people.
Yeah.
It's something that they do for themselves. Okay. Lovetta, what's your thoughts?
My thought is change is like transforming,
Yeah.
like something from something stagnant or constant to something new. Like it's you embracing new things that are coming your way. It might be opportunity, married, and so many other things that might come your way. You embrace it.
Yeah.
You see them and it's okay. I need to be part of this
Yeah.
because it adds value to your life. And maybe it may not, but you trying to move from one place to another. So, and like we also see that when we are young, we say, "Oh, I want to grow up. I want to be." It's like the way before I was a baby, right? When I was young, from my mother's womb, I was a baby. But now I'm grown up because it's a huge changing. I'm changing from a childhood days to what to an adult. So my experience, my way of thought, my actions, everything has changed. I have reshaped myself in one way or the other. That is like changing. You going for something different, something new, and embracing it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it. That's definitely it. You going for something new, embracing it, and
Yeah.
like let it be part of you. Like it's not always the same thing. It doesn't always have to be the same thing.
It's
It doesn't have,
stagnant.
it doesn't like Juliana said, growing up you want to be this. After 5 years you want to be this. Another after 5 years you want to like it's something that it happens.
Confused.
Nothing in this life is stagnant.
Yeah.
Nobody remains at the same place forever. Everybody moves, everybody changes. So yeah, like
For me, I'll say change is an intentional decision, like you rightfully said and Juliana said, you do it for you. It's something you don't do for someone else. I hear people say, "Oh, I like this person, so I'm going to change because of them." That's not change. Change is something you sit quietly where no one is watching you. You make an intentional decision that I want to be better. I don't want to keep making the same mistakes. I don't want to keep making the same bad choices that has kept me stagnant, that has kept me in cycle. I want to be better. I want to be impactful. I want to do something great. So this is a decision you make in your quiet time. It's not because of someone. It's not because you love someone. It's not because you want people to see you as a better, good person. It's something you do intentionally for yourself because you want to be different. You want to be better than the person you were yesterday. So and also it's not something that is loud.
Yeah.
It's not something you go online and post, oh, I'm a changed person. Oh, I am a this. No. It's something that you do quietly, and it's not something that happens overnight. You don't just wake up one day and say I've changed. It's a lie. It's tiny little things, tiny little habits, tiny little things you do consistently over time, over the years. That's what change is about. That's what brings the change. It's not you just wake up and you have changed. That's a lie.
Yeah. Like Saya said, change is very intentional. Like the keyword is intentional, because it's not just something that you wake up and say, oh, I want to change this habit about myself, I want to become a better person, I want to do this and do that. If you are not intentional about it, then it's just for like it's just talks,
it's just
and
words.
and not action. But I feel like if you're intentional about it, then you tend to go a long way and tend to eventually the thing that you want to change about yourself, you'll be able to change it, become a better person, and be impactful. And but change is not as easy as we make it sound, because like it's a lot of process, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of things. There are times people that are even close to us, like they tend to like throw tantrums because they believe that like when you are changing, oh, you don't love me anymore, you don't care about me. So we carry there are times people who go through change carry a lot of guilt, like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Is this thing even is it right for my friendship? Is it right for my relation? So I want us to really talk about like the guilt of change. Is it something that we should carry? Like, are we supposed to feel guilty of changing?
Definitely.
Let's talk.
In that area, we are not supposed to feel guilty for changing, okay? Because the thing is, when you start growing, like you start improving, people will see you like maybe you have become very proud, disrespectful. They say that you have distanced yourself from them, like you are acting so important, like if you are much more better than them. They take up that perspective and they throw it at your face. Because once a relationship that was first good, maybe your friend or your neighbor, or there are some certain people in your area that you're used to, and you used to crack jokes, create that fun, you understand? And all of a sudden they say that you are growing. They set to distance themselves from you. They feel like they are out of place, that you are not in the same league with them. You understand? So that's change. That particular action bring guilt to you. Say, oh, maybe these people don't like me anymore because they think I'm proud. People will even, and to the extent that some people will even blame you. Oh, is it because of you have acquired a job now, or you have entered into the university, or you are growing, or you are now your business is now booming? Is it because that is why you are behaving like if you are more important, like you are special? You understand? So those kind of thoughts, when you think about it, you start to feel guilty. Say maybe my circle, I have changed. Maybe I'm not the old person anymore. Those kind of thought, that is where the guilt starts. Because improvement has taken place.
I think because it is life, I keep telling people it is life, and mostly there are things we don't really understand. Usually our emotions work, how we feel, it's something that we don't know how to navigate through. So I feel like when people do feel guilty about change. I feel guilty about change, and I know a lot of people feel guilty about change. And also, I've been on the end where I blame people for changing. I start looking at them as, oh, they are proud, or oh, as they are bad people. But I feel like we should be able to, when we feel this guilt, we should start thinking that life happens. We grow, we evolve, we experience things, we become more self-aware, and we want to do better for ourselves. I think this is the things we should put in our mind, because the guilt will come. Obviously, it will come because you can't be leaving your best friend. Like now you are no longer chatting with them like you used to. You are no longer hanging out like you used to. Of course, you feel guilty.
Yeah.
You start feeling like maybe I'm doing something wrong or something bad. But something you should remember when that guilt comes is that I'm doing this because of self-improvement. I'm doing this because I want to be impactful to society. I don't want to be in the same position forever.
Yeah.
I want to do something different. And
Exactly.
for other people that doesn't want to do something, it's fine. I keep telling people, whatever decision you choose to make with your life, it's fine. If I choose to change, it's fine. If you choose, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Everyone do what they want to do.
They have their own
But
race.
you should not hold people back. You should not make people feel bad because they have decided to do better. You should not, like you said, throw words at them. Oh, you are proud. Oh, it's because you have acquired a degree. Or it's because you now have money.
Put someone accountable for your own failure, for your own mistakes.
Exactly. I feel like we
decision that you
should
have
just give people the space to evolve.
Exactly.
Like,
Definitely.
life is not always constant.
Yeah.
We should not expect that people will always be constant, or because I have this person. It's not like if the a person is changing that they are no longer in your corner, or you cannot call them when you need someone, or when you need something. But it's not like that. I feel like people tend to like misinterpret things. Like misinterpret change.
Exactly.
That's the word. They misinterpret change. You say because of this person is making this intentional decision about becoming better, it's like, oh, they are no longer in my corner. Oh,
we are not in the same league. We are not in the same league.
Evolving does not mean that you are lower than me, or I start seeing you as you are no longer in my class.
Yeah,
that's not it. For most people, that's not it. Me changing does not mean if we were friends before, now I'm changing, now I'm doing better. I started seeing you as someone who has been left behind, or who is no longer in my class or in my league. It's not like that. It's just that I am evolving in my life. I've seen things, I've experienced things. Like you said, you grow, you are no longer the same person.
Exactly.
Things change, ideas change. You start becoming something new. You start getting new ideas, and you want to do better. It doesn't mean because you are not taking that same path, meaning, oh, now we are not in the same class, or oh, now I'm better than you. No.
Definitely. And most times what I tell people is, no matter the decision you decide to take, or no matter the path you decide to take, always be intentional. Meaning, own up to your own responsibility, own up to your own decision. Because why people guilt trip is because, let's say I decide to now leave. When I decided to leave my home where I grew up for 5 years, I was hesitant. People are like, oh, you're going to leave your mom here, your brother, blah, blah, blah. You're like, why are you going to live on your own? People had their own comment. And at the point, I wanted to come back home. But within my mind, I wanted my own safe space. I wanted a space where I could come to, study when I can, put the lights off without nobody telling me, oh, you're wasting credit or something like that. I wanted to get that. But at the same time, people were guilt-tripping me and saying that the decision I'm taking right now is a wrong decision. But because I owned up to my own actions, I said, you know what? Nobody forced me to this. Nobody drive me off my house. I wanted to go.
Yeah.
I went. And at a certain point, I miss back those times where, I have my family around laughing, my auntie shouting, all those stuff. I missed it. But at the end of the process, I told myself, I'm not doing it because of them. I'm doing it because of myself. And I'm going to look back at myself and say, you know what? That was the best decision you make, even if I made mistakes during the process. So guilt trip is going to be there. Everybody should own up to it. When I left my place and I was struggling for food, most of the things that people could think of, I'm struggling for it. But then I sit back and say, you know what? That decision was supposed to be made. If I hadn't make it, I wouldn't be here. Because there were so many constraints I was going through while living with my family. And even though I made that decision, I told myself, no matter what the outcome is, I'm responsible for it. I'm not going to own anybody. I'm not going to tell somebody, now you forced me for lack of an I'm my not like I did it. So if we own up to our own actions, our own intentions, if somebody guilt trip you, that's fine. I mean, they're supposed to do that. There's supposed to be a critic in every story. But you should know that you are in charge of it.
And it's not like you always blame people like, oh, things has to be constant.
Things has to be the
friends,
same.
we have to stay like this. We are like, Like moving on doesn't mean it's not moving on. I'm not supposed to say moving on, but like changing, like evolving, doing other things, or maybe you are going. Maybe you are doing something that doesn't involve your friend, or you are taking a step that doesn't involve your friend. That doesn't mean like, oh, you are left behind, or I do not care about you, I do not care about our relationship, or I do not care about our friendship. No, it's not that.
And something I realize is this: if you stop for call me and call you, it's not like I don't want to. It's just that I forget. If
And
my
it's not
if
like
I travel,
you are in
yes,
and how is it called? Like you have an issue.
Yes,
it's just life happening.
If I travel out of Freetown, but say I go to the village, the last time when I went to Guinea, and I was supposed to call my auntie when I arrived, I did not. Throughout my stay until I was ready to come, and she was like, I still say I'm like, I forgot to call you. I had so many things doing that I totally forgot I had to call someone. And people tend to say, oh, now you've traveled to this part and this part. It's not like we want to do it intentionally. It's just like some of us are so occupied with work that we forget.
That's the exact word.
People just have this role that they have given you that you should always stay like that. You should always be like that.
Yeah.
And so some it's hurting that you are changing.
Exactly. and I'm not going to say the other party is a bad person because they are feeling hurt because you're changing. Me, I do feel hurt when people change. For my ex, this is a personal experience. I don't want I've not shared it with me, but when we've been together for 5 years, almost 5 years, when whatever happened, and then he decided to, I don't know if it's moving on or if he found someone else he like. People ask, why are you quiet about it? Like, why? At first, I was busting out. I didn't understand what was going on. So, obviously, I was busting out. But when I sit back, I think about it and I realize that I can't hold him down to being the same person he was. I can't like say, oh, because you loved me 5 years ago, you're supposed to love me, you're supposed to be there for me. I can't keep doing that. If he wants to be with someone else, if he wants to move on, if he has like, I don't know, how you grow in life, you see that you and people, you just move apart.
That just supposed to be around for the journey.
I think I should be self-aware enough. I should be conscious enough to let this person be. So when people are, oh, why are you quiet about it? I mean, I'm not going to do anything about it. These are things happening. But at first, I'm not going to lie. I was really angry. I was like, why is it changing? Why is this happening? Like I was busting out. I was crying. I was doing these things. It's odd. But at the end of the day, I did understand what he did. I did understand what was happening. And I'm totally fine with it because I have changed too. I have evolved. I have seen a lot of things. I've gotten a lot of experience. Now I want different things from what I want 5 years ago. And if we are still together, it won't work because now we are thinking different.
Exactly. It changes as
people should understand
the same person you knew before. It's not the same one currently.
Exactly.
So it's hard for you to cope up again because like you say, if you knew me back then in 5 years, the way I behave and maybe you travel and you come back, that's not the same Lovetta you're gonna meet.
No, exactly.
I have developed new attitude, new ways of life, and how I think.
Probably new
my
friends.
mentality. Good. So for you to come in, it's gonna be difficult. So to fit in again to the kind of way we are before. So changes have occurred. So we need to embrace it.
And that person that came back also have seen a lot of things. Their ideas have gone different routes from yours.
Exactly.
I feel like for us to evolve, we need to stay grounded. Because in order for you to be better, in order for you to like get the results that you want, you need to stay grounded. There are lots of people that say, oh, I will change, or I will become better, or I'll stop this habit because it's not beneficial, or because it's not impactful, or because it's not making me a better person. I feel like they just say it without meaning it, or without staying grounded, or without discipline. So like I want our last words to like be something that will help them to be grounded, something that will help them to be like disciplined. Because I feel like change is not something that is loud. It's not like loud. Everybody doesn't have to know about
that you're changing an habit.
It's not always like when you grow, people will like be clapping for you and all of that.
I think I like that.
When you grow,
Mm-hmm.
when you change. So I feel like it's a quiet decision that we need to make.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, tomorrow when you wake up, sit down and say to yourself, "Oh, Abigail, I'm going to make a very quiet decision that I'm going to change this about me, and I'll start working on this. I'll start working without anyone knowing. It's something that I will do for myself to become better, without anyone knowing. Then I want you also to do that, to start like making quiet decisions. Just sit to yourself and say, I'm going to do this, and you do it. It's not like just saying I will do it and you don't do it. You do it every day. You take small steps.
Exactly.
One thing I want to say is that change can be difficult.
Yeah, it is.
It's a very hard decision that you have to make, because when you know that this is right, when it comes to growth, you know that this is right, this is the right thing, this is the right deal. For you to make that decision, to come to that conclusion that this is necessary, it's going to be a very difficult thing. People might try to divert your attention. People might criticize your thinking when you're trying to
yourself,
grow.
you might
you say, am I
self-sabotage.
capable of this? But one thing is that even in that quite a difficult time, there is a decision that you have to make. And when you make that a decision, you have to set determination and be intentional in trying to achieve what you want to achieve. Because you cannot stay in one place forever. You cannot be in the same situation, because in the next 5 years, people will ask you, what have you done for yourself? The same people that you are afraid for to hurt, that you are afraid to left behind, will ask you, in all these 5 years, what do you have to show?
Definitely. And it's something that we all suffer from when it comes to moving away and experiencing change. Like you said, it's hard to know what things are going to feel like. Especially if you are used to chaos, you are used to abuse, if you are used to that, polygamous environment. Let's say your former relationship, just like you said, it was a bit hurtful, right? And then you find someone else. Within us, as humans, we can't read minds. We're not mind readers. We can't know your intention if you don't lay it out on the table, right? So let's say that you end that relationship and then somebody else better comes. Within your mind, you'll be scared. Oh, maybe he might leave me like this. Maybe at the end of the day, when he gets what he wants, he might change. All those things start interrupting in your mind. You're thinking of what might happen if I give this person a chance. Is he going to still leave me? Is he going to treat me better? Within your mind, you're like hesitant of the decisions you're making, not knowing that as a human being, you are allowed to fail. You're allowed to make bad decisions. At the same time, make changes in the process. One relationship doesn't mean that the next is going to be bad. Probably the next might be bad, doesn't mean the other one is going to be bad. I always tell myself that if this friendship doesn't work, doesn't mean the next is not going to. If we can't continue the friendship, we can still talk. When I see you on the road, I'm like, hey, how are you doing? Doesn't mean we're friends. And if somebody else says, hey, I want you to be my friend, I'm going to give you the chance to prove yourself to me. Not to be a perfect person, because there are people who have this ideology that's, when I have a friend, we're supposed to go out together. Probably you might afford Hero's bill. I might not be able to afford it.
Exactly.
Right? As a friend, you're not supposed to force me to do that. And some of us don't have the ability to say no to our friends just because we want to look either perfect, or we want to stay included, or we want them to see that, we're a good person. But some of these changes, they're necessary. Because to tell you the truth, if I want to pay fees, I cannot go to chapter 1 and buy their meal. Because why? I'm saving up. Of course. I cannot go there and buy your expensive wine. Because why? I'm saving up. I can go to Chicken Town, buy 50,000 food, buy my bottle of drink, and I'll drink. And I'll have a nice time. So some of these changes, we're allowed to go through them. We're not supposed to fit in someone else's shoes, just trying to fit in or just trying to stay included. It's okay to buy 50,000 food.
I think going back to what Abigail was asking about people trying to make, because change is difficult. Like, what do we have to say to people trying to change, but as they say, they are not intentional about it? I think for me, what I would say is they should think about, first of all, who they are. Like when they don't need to like pretend or act to be anything, or when they don't need to prove themselves to anyone. And the thing about being intentional is that you have to be accountable. For me, personal experience or how I practice intentionality is so I know I'm someone that is very attractive. Anywhere I go, I don't struggle with having guys around me.
Yeah.
And I also know how to hold conversation with them. So
Yeah.
I don't struggle with guys. So what I do is, because I know this all along about myself,
Yeah.
I always have a guy coming in. Like, if you are leaving, another one is just there waiting. So what I do about when I wanted to change, being really intentional about my relationships, even if I am like lonely, if I'm lonely, I'll pick up the phone and just text someone. Now, what I do is when I sit with the loneliness and I'm tempted to take my phone and just text someone to say, hey, what's up? What I will do is I'll put that phone maybe in the drawer or somewhere that I can't take it at the moment. And I actually sit with the loneliness. I feel the loneliness. I make sure that if I have to cry, I cry. So that was the decision I made. Now I can sit with myself for hours. I don't need to call a guy. I don't need to talk to a guy. So I think if you want to be intentional, one, you have to be really accountable to yourself. You have to think about this decision that I'm making. What benefits will it have in the future, like 2 years from now, 3? How will it help me? So you have to think about that, and you should really, really, really hold yourself accountable.
And also in embracing change, you have to be mentally strong.
Yeah.
Because this kind of stuff, it has to do with your mental health, all of it. And you have to be in control of your mental health. Not everything should hinder you down or make you feel bad about yourself or make you to shrink in your little corner. Sometimes you have to say, oh, this is my turn for transformation. This is my turn to change. I'm not going to sit back and let someone dictate for me or allow the thoughts of people to get into my head. I have to make a decision and say, oh, back off. This is my turn to grow. So this is the thing. These are the decisions we have to make and say, oh, let me grow. Let me feel it. You understand? Not for you to feel bad about certain situations that have occurred or because of what others have said about you.
Yeah.
Growth is very important. When you start embracing those changes, then you reap the benefit of it. But being stagnant, being in one place won't help you. Certainly.
Like I said before, change doesn't have to be loud. It's something that's supposed to be very, very quiet. It's one step at a time. It's like we are climbing the ladder.
If you read Atomic Habits, you'll see that change is not something that just happens, boom. It's little things that, like when there's a little drop of water makes a massive just little things that you do every day regularly that actually make something out of it.
Okay, it's like, you say, I want to keep my space like clean and tidy, because it's when I keep my space clean and tidy, then I feel more relaxed. I feel more focused. You
more
start
productive.
by cleaning. You start, you clean, you arrange, then you be thinking fresh.
And there is a trick. There is a trick to stay grounded. You think about the end goal. You think about the end result. Like you said, you want to keep your space clean. So for you to stay grounded, just think about how you feel when your place is clean. You think about that, and then you'll be able to put in the work.
So all about changes is the finish goal. Put your eyes should be fixed on the goal.
When I get there, what will it be like?
So
benefits.
So this week, think about when I get there, what
will it be like?
Yes. If I go to chapter 1, what food will I order?
So this it's another take home to think about changing when you get there. What will
happen?
And you walk towards the goal.
So if I go to college now and I have exam, for those of us that have exam,
if you keep doing the same habit, I mean, it's pleasurable at the moment, but maybe for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and it's gone. But if you keep on putting the work for that change to happen, at the end of the day, you're going to have a result that is going to be impactful for years.
Definitely.
So for me now, sometimes when I sit quietly and what I tell myself is, Abigail, think about the woman you want to be.
Exactly.
Think about her and, just start working towards being her. And I think like that somehow is helping me a lot. So now let us do this. Let's just think about our end goal and start working towards it. Make quiet decisions today so tomorrow can be so better and brighter.
Thank you. This is so amazing.
Guys, thank you.